Hey, what's up everybody, Serichu here. We're going to be doing part 2 of thinning my collection today, and we're going to be doing Macross today. And I'm actually going to be splitting this up into 2 parts because I have a lot of Macross stuff. And so for those of you who don't know, Macross is and it started out as an anime series and then it expanded to so much more, but there's been many series and movies and comics, video games, all that sort of thing. And it started with a show called the Super Dimensional Fortress Macross all the way back in 1982. And this right here is, I guess, the hero Valk of that original show. So this plane right here, it's called the model is the VF-1 Valkyrie. And so in subsequent Macross series, they obviously have different models and different names, but a lot of the fandom just can call them Valks. You know, it just means the robot plane thing that they use to fight. And so Macross, I fell in love with Macross in around 2008. I didn't actually watch it when I was younger. This was brought to North America in the 80s as part of the Robotech series. At least the first series of Macross was. But I didn't watch it. I didn't really know much about it, and so I didn't know. I didn't get into this way later until, like I said, 2008, and then my love for this series just kind of blew up. So what's so great about this series? Well, 1, there's transforming robots. 2, there's a war. It's every series. These are the common elements for every part of the series. So transforming robots. 2, there's a war. It's like a war drama, I guess, told from the view of a pilot, usually a pilot and a singer. And the pilot and the singer are usually part of a love triangle. There's always a love triangle. It's just not necessarily always the pilot and the singer. And number 4, pop music. So that's pretty much like my entire life anyway. So yeah, this is why I fell in love with Macross. But anyway, this is the hero Valk. This is the Valkyrie that the hero uses when he first gets called up and to the big leagues to fight the bad guys. Hikaru Ichijo. I know his name is Rick Hunter in America, but yeah, in Macross he's Hikaru Ichijo. And so this is his Valk. It's the VF-1J. This is what it looks like in jet mode. Here's kind of what he looks like in his other modes. So the kind of like mid between jet and robot is called the Gerwalk mode, and the robot mode is called actually the Batroid mode. So I think that's like Battle Android, but they usually call it the Batroid mode. So this is a hero Valk from this series, probably the most common that you would see. The other one most common you would see is my favorite design, actually, is this one, the VF-1S. And you can tell it apart in the at least from the original TV show. It's mostly white, but it has this black and white stripe pattern up here. And this is actually like I said before, this is my favorite one from the TV show. Not my absolute favorite, but definitely my favorite one from the TV show. And I've got like 4 of these, so I've got to get rid of some of this. This is taking up too much space. My walls are closing in. And so also, to show that the hero is in peril and that there's actually danger going on, you need some kind of cannon fodder. And here's just one of them. I actually don't know if this might not be the actual cannon fodder of the show. I think this actually was the model that was used in like some kind of parade or air show in the TV series. But what I do know for sure is that these were all piloted by unnamed characters. But this is a cool looking plane, cool looking design. The color scheme I really like, but just like I said, gotta thin it out. So what else does every hero need? Needs a buddy. So here we got the VF-1A. This is piloted by Max Genius. So some of these boxes, not all of them, but this one does. It has like a flip top, so you can kind of go in and see what's inside. So Max here is he's the ace pilot of the original series. So a lot of the Macross series usually feature one pilot that is like the badass of the series and is just, you know, can fly circles around everybody else and is just like the total awesome person. So for this series, it's Max. He's got this like blue scheme, pretty cool. And then every hero also needs a buddy, the comic relief guy. And for Macross, we've got Kakizaki. He's got like a pretty much the exact same thing as Max, exact like design as Max, except that he, instead of blue, he's brown, like this kind of light tannish beige kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, he's the comic relief kind of laughing stock kind of guy. Not really. It's not as bad as some of the other shows, but yeah, he's kind of just like the third wheel almost. So here we go, and also everybody needs to train, right? So here we've got the VF1D. This is the trainer Valk. It's kind of like I think when Hikaru is kind of learning how to pilot everything, this is the one he uses. Yeah, nice. Kind of like Kakizaki and Max's color scheme, but this one is orange. And I guess like the D is usually like trainer. You'll see it again. And then also the first series of Macross had a movie that condensed the original TV series into one just big old movie. And this is from that movie. It's called Macross Do You Remember Love? It's pretty much the same as the same design, I guess, as the TV series, but it's a little, there's minor differences. So this is the same one, the VF1S, in that white scheme with the black and yellow stripe. It also includes like the super parts, and this one also includes like a laser pointer that'll shoot the skull logo. And then, so everything I just showed was in the 160 scale, so 1 in 60, the actual size of what they should be. And so they also came in something called the 148 scale. So this is from Do You Remember Love? This is the VF1S in 148 scale. Here you can see it. And this bad boy was Hikaru's Valk in Do You Remember Love? So pretty much the same, you know, it's the white Valk with but this time it's black and red instead of black and yellow. But no fear, there is a black and yellow one from Do You Remember Love? It's the VF1S, but it's the Roy Fokker version. And yes, that's his actual name. And so here, yes, you see it's just the white and black stripe with black and yellow stripes. Other than that, not really anything different. And then right here, we've got the, if you can buy in the 148 scale, you had to buy the super part separately. So this is what it is. Also, they have the super parts come in this stealth color, which is really nice. You know, it's this cool kind of gray and black stealth colors. So you can see what it would look like on the actual Valk. I don't know if they actually show up in the actual show or in the movie, but it sure does look cool, so that's why they made it. And so that takes care of the original series, but there was something released later on called Flashback. I think it was 2012, Flashback 2012. You know, like in the past now, but it was in the future back when it came out. It was just like a compilation of all the music videos from the original show and a few more new songs. And here's my actual favorite design from all the series, the VF4G Lightning. This is not my favorite color scheme, but is the favorite design of the actual plane and robot. So the weird thing about this is that it was only shown for a few seconds in the actual Flashback 2012 and then nothing. So you actually only see the plane too. You actually never do see the the robot mode in that show. So I think later on the video game developers just kind of made what they would only what the robot mode would look like. See, this is actually from VFX, and it's a PlayStation 1 game. So they couldn't just have the plane in there without a transformation. So I think they came up with this. I don't know if the creator of this series, Shoji Kawamori, actually designed the robot mode or not, but that's what it is. But strangely enough, yeah, this is my favorite design for both plane and Batroid. And then later on, let's see. So in 1994, they had a series called Macross Plus, but I don't have anything to sell from that series. And in 2002, they made a prequel called Macross Zero. So set I think a few years before the TV show started. And here I have a few things to sell. So these are actually big. These are about the same size as the 148s, but they are 1/60 scale. So most of the Macross series toys, they come, like, the standard is 1/60 scale, either 1/60, 1/100, or 1/48. But I believe the first series is the only one that really gets a lot of 1/48s, although I think Bandai currently is making more, but most of the other series are standard 1/60. And this is 1/60, even though this guy is huge. This guy is just as big, if not bigger, than the 148. So this is the VF-0A, and this is just a unknown. I think this one is called the Unknown Soldier because it's just the VF-0A, and it's not really anybody in particular. They just decided to make this toy. And then years and years later, they made the actual. They made toys of the other ones, but then they came out with version 2s of all the Macross Zero Valks, and this is what these guys are. This is a version 2 VF0D. This is kind of like the Hero Valk, of Macross Zero, because Macross Zero is only 4 episodes, and the pilot Shin Kudo, he pilots this Valk for I think the first 3 episodes, so I would consider this the Hero Valk. It's this nice dark blue color, although the box and everything else makes him look more light blue, but it's actually dark blue in color. It looks really good. This is also a 2-seater, so if you can see right here, there's 2 pilots. And yeah, this is the Hero Valk of Macross Zero. Then you've got, I guess this is his upgrade Valk. This is what he uses in the final episode, I believe. Shin Kudo, the main character of the series, so he's got this more like light grayish type color scheme to his Valk, and it looks good. And I think, yeah, this is just a 1-seater, so this is like the fighter, you know. No, the 0D with the 2-seater, I think one is supposed to be like the trainer and sitting in the back, but this is the actual like fighter where he's going in and fighting all the bad guys. And yeah, then we've got the VF-0S, and look, it's white with black and yellow stripes. How interesting. So yeah, this is the like I said, this was a prequel, and this was actually the Valk of Roy Fokker, who was the pilot who was piloting the white jet with the white Valk with black and yellow stripes. So yeah, he's also in Macross Zero, and this is his Valk. Looks pretty good. He just, you know, I think this one is one of the nicer designs for Macross Zero. And last but not least, this is the reactive armor, which goes right on top of the. You can put it on any of the other ones, but I think it's in the actual show is only on the VF0S, which is the one I just showed. But yeah, this one doesn't have a flip top, so I can't actually show you the armor inside. This one is not open. But yeah, that's it from Macross Zero. I'm gonna cut it here because I have a lot of other stuff, and that's from Macross Frontier, which comes a little later, and I have the most stuff from Macross Frontier. I probably have, just as much of Macross Frontier as these two other series combined. So I'm gonna cut it here. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, check out the eBay auctions, and I'll see you later. Thanks again.